Wine of the week this week is another very interesting one. It's a Carignan, made from the Carignan grape, one of the kind of less well-known grapes of the south of France. Certainly a grape that lives in the shadow of Syrah and Mourvèdre, but an important grape that traditionally has been thought of as one of the kind of second string down there, but which is capable of greatness. This one comes from Averys, and it's one of their kind of own label wines, which they've called the Project Winemaker Collection, Carignan 2009, from the Minervois region in the Languedoc. And this Project Winemaker, they are basically taking the idea of own label wines a good step further. Rather than simply stick their own label on a bottle of wine, they are working with the winemakers. They're even supplying their own oak barrels, and they're doing a much more kind of involved job of helping design and make wines to put their own labels on them. So this one comes from two specific vineyards in the Minervois region, with some of the vines 105 years old, really old, dry farmed bush vines. And instead of treating the Carignan as a second-class grape and making it into a kind of light, easy quaffing style, they've tried to do something quite serious with this, aging it in oak barrels, keeping those concentrated old vine qualities in there, and trying to make a kind of rich, serious style of Carignan from the south of France. So what's it like? Well, on the nose, it's really, really nice. It has that sense of the garrigue, the wild herbs and the flowers that are that's kind of strewn over the ground in the vineyard area down there in the south of France. It has that herbal, slightly lifted floral note. There's a slightly gamey sense to this as well. Again, it's typically Carignan. And a tight, quite plush black fruit sitting beneath it all. So quite a complex nose. On the palate, delicious. The sweetness of the fruit is there. It's fleshy, it's brambly, it's rich. There's black currant and there's black plum, sweet black plum in there. But undercutting it all, there's the softness of the oak, there's the kind of tight, sinewy feeling of the old vine Carignan, that slightly meaty feeling, and there's a lovely bright edge of acidity. So what it adds up to is a mouthful of wine, which is plush and sweet, but which is structured to dry, savoury, chewy. I think it's a really nice wine. It does a lot to say that Carignan from these old vines, when it's made carefully, can make a seriously nice bottle of wine. So, it's the Project Winemaker, Carignan 2009 from the Minervois. It's sold and made by Averys and it's priced at £9.99. I think it's a thoroughly interesting wine, and it's my wine of the week.